All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celo Camp's Idea Fair. We have a really exciting event planned for you today, and I'd like to thank you all for joining us. I'm Rachel Jacob, Program Manager at Celo Camp, and I'd like to welcome our community, all of our mentors, the Kesholabs team, all Celo Camp teams, and our top 7 finalists. Thank you, everyone, for your support in making this camp a success and for directly contributing to the future of decentralized finance. Together with me on screen is my co-host, Salon Chavi, Program Director of Celo Camp and co-founder at Upright. And we have 2 very special guests with us here today, Rene Reinsberg, founder at Celo, who we'll hear a few remarks from, and Nitya Subramanian, Product Manager at Celo, who will give us a talk on the path to a new financial system on Celo. Following Nitya's talk, we will have some time for questions in the audience. And if you see the Ask a Tab question right below, you can ask questions there, and then we'll do a Q&A right after. And afterwards, we'll have our main event, the Idea Fair, which is Celo Camp's Demo Day. And you'll be hearing some really insightful presentations from our top 7 finalists, who, by the way, have been absolutely incredible. They've worked really hard over the past 8 weeks, and we are really proud of the work that they've accomplished till this point. Out of 251 applicants from over 60 countries, these teams made it to the top 7, and they definitely deserve a round of applause. Obviously, we can't hear you, but you can congratulate them in the chat to the right. And we have with us here today Pesabase, formerly known as Kesholabs from Kenya, the event from Belgium, impactMarket from Portugal, Air Protocol from Mexico, Kotani Pay from Kenya, MugglePay from China, PARSIQ from Estonia. I think you will definitely find their presentations quite interesting, and we are really excited for you to see their demos and what they've accomplished. We will begin our program now with welcoming remarks from founder of Celo, Rene Reinsberg. Rene, it is so great to have you with us here today, and I am going to pass the mic over to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rachel. Really excited to be here. And yeah, thank you and the whole Celo Camp team for such an amazing program. Before kind of diving in, just kind of a few remarks. You know, I feel 2020 is already turning out to be a year for the history books, and we're not even halfway through the year. And you know, despite being stuck in our homes for a better part of the year, and you know, being sort of constrained in movement, I actually feel that as a community we've been growing together more closely, and that I mean that in sort of the smaller sense of, like, say, the Celo community, but then also the bigger sense of looking sort of at the communities around the world. And I'm encouraged by seeing more and more people speaking out for what they feel is wrong and fighting for their ideals, fighting for our ideals. And you know, obviously the killings of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and Breonna Taylor, and countless others before them here in the US, you know, mixed with the seeing kind of how COVID-19 is, you know, definitely having consequences that are not equally distributed, let's put it that way, has just exposed even more than ever inequities that exist for Black communities here in the US, but also in communities around the world. And I think, you know, I can speak for our team at Kesholabs and many of the folks on the call here who have first experienced these inequalities and inequities, that that's a motivator for going on an entrepreneurial journey and for starting something that can make the world better. It was certainly a motivator for Seb, Merrick, and I when we started Celo. It's interesting. We have a yearly motto for the team, and this year it's change the story. And you know, we picked that or came up with that at the end of last year, and you know, no idea what 2020 is going to be like, but it feels more fitting than ever. And you know, obviously, all of you know that our mission is to create a world that has prosperity for all, but you know, we believe very strongly that must start with equity and social justice for all. So yeah, maybe kind of turning my attention to Celo Camp and the program. And I've been fortunate to spend time with some of the teams and look at some of the work done and play with some of the prototypes. And I will say that I'm super excited. This is really it's just getting me kind of all fired up. And I think when we first started chatting with the Celo Camp team, it was kind of this idea of, hey, can we bring teams together from around the world? Can we create a space to collaborate, get mentorship, obviously help people kind of move forward with their projects, and to see how that kind of all played out is very amazing, especially during these times and with the constraints that we're facing, given the situation. Rachel already mentioned some stats. If someone had told me, hey, you're going to have 250 teams competing in this program, I would have been like, yeah, that's dream on, right? I mean, I think, I personally just didn't know that so many people around the world were sharing sort of this passion for the mission, and we're eager to kind of build solutions that can bring prosperity. And that's something that's super encouraging. And I think as a community, again, kind of coming together, growing together, and supporting each other, I think is really important, because I do feel the focus is often on other more shiny kind of objects out there. What's the next, I don't know, like social network and whatnot, right? And oftentimes the work that's required to take or take something off the ground that increases financial inclusion is a lot less sexy. You may have to go out and get merchants kind of onboarded to a system, right, that facilitates payments. I mean, that doesn't have quite the same ring to it, but it's exciting to see the passion that everyone brings, and sort of being very focused on the bigger goal of actually driving access to financial products and services. I also want to take a quick moment to thank all the mentors. We've had 25 very active mentors from the leading organizations in the space. I think we had over 50 office hours, over 100 Zoom calls between mentors and teams. So that's again, I think really speaks to the strength of the ecosystem already. 14 UX audit sessions, 8 UX experts, just rattling down some of the stats here. And then I think also beyond the teams, right, seeing kind of the engagement from the broader community to participate, over 3,500 community votes, which that's massive, right? That really shows that there are a lot of people interested in this work and seeing some of these solutions coming to market, which is amazing. I think another thing, Rachel, you mentioned it, sort of the teams and where they're from. Again, very encouraged to see that we truly have kind of global presence in Celo Camp, and people all over the world, in a way sharing some of the goals and being able to kind of move the ball forward in their communities. So I think, look, Celo Camp, this quarter of Celo Camp is coming to an end next week, but I think it's really just the beginning for all of us. And personally, I'm very excited to follow all the teams and see what's next, and continue to help them, support them on their path in bringing more prosperity to the world. And with that, just again, a thank you to the Celo Camp team, to all the mentors, obviously to the teams for working hard and getting ready to demo today. And thanks everyone. Excited.
Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to refocus this. Okay. can't get us all back on the screen, but thank you so much, Rene, for your wonderful words. I'd say we're really, really inspiring, and we are really excited to be on this journey with you and the mission that Celo has for the broader world. It's really, really important, especially during these times. So thank you so much for joining us today. And now I'm going to pass the mic on to you, Nitya. And do you have a presentation that you wanted to? Yes. Okay, great. All right.
We'll just get set up with that right now. Oh, okay, so actually now it should work. Perfect. Second. I'll just turn off my video. Oops. Perfect. Can everyone see?
Yes.
Amazing. Great. So yeah, on reflection, just wanted to kind of echo a lot of the sentiments that Rene shared around, especially right now, it's more important than ever that we are kind of building for all and building for the groups within our communities who haven't historically been part of that all and haven't been part of the same amounts of kind of upside and the same amounts of just opportunity that have come in advances. And I think that's really evident now more so than any other time. And I think even having the timing of a program like Celo Camp with everything going on is, I think, just a reminder in some ways that that we can all come together and that we can all build and address problems that we see. And to have just seen the program, some of the stats Rene mentioned, just wow. And to see that happen is, I think, really just extremely inspiring. And so just want to start off by saying, like, thank you for being such an inspiring group. And so today I just wanted to talk a little bit about the journey of the Celo platform, the role that we've all played in it, and maybe what might be next and what lies ahead as far as opportunities that we can really reach for and strive for. So a little bit about me. I'm a product manager within the Kesholabs team. So I work on applications for Celo. So to start, really this question of building a better financial platform, right? As we all know, Celo's mission is to build a financial system that creates conditions of prosperity for everyone. And in setting out to do this, there was a question of, well, how do you bridge a fundamental gap and then bring the impact of that to as many people as you possibly can, and especially to folks who have been historically marginalized. And so really, like a review, there's the full stack approach that the Celo platform overall hopes to enable with the blockchain network, smart contracts, and applications, materializing to proof of stake network, run with Celo Gold, stability and identity as layers in the middle, enabling a suite of user-first and kind of impact-first applications, including wallets, SDKs, and Dapps. And with Celo Camp, one thing that is so cool to see is that the projects within Celo Camp span this whole range. Like there's projects that are working on infrastructure, projects that are building new contracts, and then there's like really innovative and exciting new applications on top. And so amazing to see that this full stack kind of ethos is even carrying through the community. And so the next step here, right, is we have a mainnet proof of stake protocol. We all have applications that we're building on top of this. So like, how might we take the next step there and build products that are loved? And the word love is interesting, where a lot of times when you hear about people building products, like, oh yeah, build a killer product, build the killer use case. Like win. And I think the word love is really appropriate for what Celo stands for, because hopefully what we aim to do and what we all hope to do with our products is to make a difference, to mean something to our users. And so just really wanted to call attention to that word love, because it's something that inspires me every day when I think about decisions and when I think about how to build. And so again, breaking down the different stakeholders, like we have products for end users and products for developers, and just wanted to reiterate how cool it is that we have within the 250 teams at Celo Camp. We were really like, there were products that were targeted towards end users all around the world. And then there were also products that were targeted towards making the developers building products for people around the world even easier to build. And so overall, like, just wanted to share a couple of like tidbits where as teams, as you're all embarking on the next step of building your products, just wanted to say, one, always remember to think full stack. Like if you're building infrastructure, think about what your developers need or what the teams building using your infrastructure might need. For those of you building end user applications, always making sure to like stay true to that ethos of loved products and making sure to build products that are that your users will love. And then also thinking through like, what does the path look like from here? So how can you continue to understand your users? How can you continue to iterate on your products so that they are as loved as possible? And so just wanted to, again, maybe like kind of emphasize that piece on connection to users. I think that's something that all of us teams within the Celo ecosystem have in common, in that we've come together for the purposes of solving a broader problem and for contributing to a broader mission. And so much of that has started with problems that we either see in our communities, that we see in the communities of those around us, or that we even hear about. And so something that all of us have as a unique advantage in working on this platform is this connection to users. And so just like never losing that. And so kind of next is just broadly like, how do we take these products and then realize our potential and realize our community's potential? And so just wanted to leave with a few really exciting ideas that we've seen both in the Celo, both in like the broader Celo ecosystem, as well as with many of the Celo Camp teams, some really exciting opportunities around like community currencies. So this is really allowing the wealth that is created within a community to go towards serving specific communities. So this could be a currency that is only redeemable at, let's say, Black-owned businesses or minority-owned businesses could be an example. Inclusive credit and lending is another. So this looks like having systems of credit that don't kind of push people down or keep people down and only allow the rich to get richer, but that allow for people to organically build up credit and build up trust, and have access to grow and grow what they have. And then broader acceptance. There's been some amazing projects around growing the acceptance and growing the footprint of Celo so that more folks can have access to the impact of this project. And then kind of earning ownership and modern finance. So there's so many really cool and innovative financial instruments that blockchain allows. And so it's been amazing to see teams experimenting with frameworks like sophisticated financial instruments, as well as the ability to earn and to own in the network that you're helping to grow. And so just wanted to say thank you to all of the teams, and I've been very much inspired by you.
Okay, thank you so much, Nitya.
I can see that we have a few questions here from the audience. All right, so the first question from Serge from Dunia Pay: what are the next community tokens or local currencies, pegged tokens, Celo plans to introduce?
Yeah, this is a good question. I think it's something that as recently as maybe about 8 or 9 months ago, there wasn't as much kind of active discussion around community currencies, around the community. It was something that was seen as a huge potential of the Celo platform. And within the last 2 months, there's been just tons of demand for community currencies. And so kind of the answer to that is really that anyone can submit a proposal to add a community currency. So very recently, a community proposal passed to rename Celo Gold to Celo. And that's the same process by which a community currency would be introduced. And so would encourage anyone who has ideas around a currency they'd want their community to see, or around an additional currency on Celo, to go through the process of submitting a governance proposal.
All right, thank you very much, Nitya. So our next question is from Niall from Pesabase. How do you think of yourself in relation to teams like Ripple and XLM?
Question. Yeah, so I think that any layer 1 projects, of which Celo is one, of which Ripple is one, of which Stellar is another one, there's a sense of wanting to grow a community and a sense of wanting to create a community. I think one thing that initially drew me to the Celo ecosystem was this sense of a ecosystem united in a common purpose and united in a mission, and a mission that directly impacts end users. That's kind of something that really excited me about Celo. I think all of these projects do a great job in providing opportunities through grant programs or through other programs by which people can get involved and join the community. When I think about maybe not the difference, because I think all projects have kind of a guiding light that they strive towards. But one thing that really stands out to me as unique about Celo is this united mission to impact people directly.
Awesome.
And have the full capacity to do that is another thing.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So our next question comes from Harold from the event. Do you plan to create a euro stablecoin in the future? So Harold is from Belgium, so he's obviously thinking about Europe. So it's an interesting question.
Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, with community currencies, additional fiat-pegged currency stable tokens would fall under a very similar classification, where if the community was passionate about it, someone could go ahead and create a governance proposal to add an additional currency, and then we could go through the Celo governance process, as was similar with the renaming of Celo Gold, to make that happen. And so it's very much kind of up to the community. So I would say that for anyone here who is passionate about adding an additional stable asset to the Celo platform, I would say the first thing to do is maybe go to Discord, see if there are a few other people who are interested in this change, and then maybe collaborating with a few groups to make it happen.
Okay, thank you very much. And I think this will be our last question, because everyone are fired up and ready for their demos. So we will end with a question from Marco, also from impactMarket, one of the teams that is going to present. What was the most difficult thing to develop on Celo in terms of tech? Interesting question.
Oh, good question. There were a few pieces, the proof of stake related changes. So everything that came along with that, from validator elections to deciding what would happen at the contract layer versus what would happen at the consensus layer. I remember that was like a big trade-off for the team, was thinking through like what goes where when you're creating a system from scratch. So the proof of stake implementation, I remember being quite tricky for the team. Additionally, the Geth ultralight client. So the ultralight client that runs on mobile devices and syncs and submits transactions directly to full nodes. That continues to be like a major engineering challenge, where you're looking at running what's essentially a very light node on a low-end device, allowing that to sync quickly to a network that has like an epoch length of only like 5 seconds or so, and to do this on a continual basis in an environment where connectivity might not be great or internet might be intermittent. And that is like one piece that kind of enables the mobile wallet to do what it does. Also enables the Celo blockchain to have full node rewards and incentives the way that it does, and is really just like a linchpin holding everything together. And that was like extremely difficult to build.
All right, thank you very much, Nitya. And I also want to thank you for your support to the camp throughout, your involvement. Really fun working with you, and thank you so much for all your help for the camp.
Likewise, thank you so much. It's been like so inspiring. Like I said, I've been learning so much from the teams in the camp with respect to things I can apply to my own day-to-day. And so thank you to everyone here.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay. All right. So for our next portion of the event, we will begin our demos. So Nitya, I'm going to say we'll see you soon, because we're going to have to add our next guest. Oh, okay, great. All right. So we have our top 7 finalists who are going to present momentarily. How this will work is each team will have 3 minutes to present their deck and demo, and then we will have a 3-minute Q&A from the audience. So while they're presenting, please ask a question in the Ask a Question tab. And our first one up is Niall from Kenya. He is from Team Pesabase, formerly known as Kesholabs. Just give us one moment until he signs on.
Hey.
Hi, hello.
Hi, what's up, man? Long time no see.
I should visit you one day, man. You're always so jovial.
For sure, anytime. You're welcome anytime.
All right, thank you.
So, Niall, can you share your screen?
Yep. Find out where. Share screen. Okay, can you see that?
See it perfectly.
Okay, I'll just get started then, okay?
All right, Niall, the stage is yours. Kesholabs, now known as Pesabase. So good luck, man.
All right, thanks a lot. Hi, everybody. My name is Niall, and I'm here to talk about how Pesabase helps. This is Nyakan, a recent graduate, earns about $3,000 monthly. She's a good daughter and normally sends her father about $200 to $500, and this is to just help with his upkeep. This transaction normally costs her about 7% and this is about $400 per year. She's one of 30 million Africans, migrants, that live outside the country of birth. Some in the US, others in Australia, and others within countries in Africa themselves. And these people normally send money back home. Pesabase helps Nyakan on launch by providing 70% cheaper cost of remittance versus the competition. We also work to provide better fiat off-ramp and on-ramps, and our 2-year goal is to reduce overall remittance costs by 90%. This is William. Before William joined us, he was a Bitcoin broker. This is actually an upcoming job in African countries, and a lot of people provide trading services once they build enough trust. He built so much trust that he could broker $10,000 to $20,000 monthly, and he's one of 200 million mobile internet users in Africa. We want to help William by creating better access to stablecoin, that's reducing cost and settlement time. We also want to make William a Pesabase agent so that he can actually earn more money providing off-ramp and on-ramp services. This is me. I'm the combination of these people. I have been sending money for 17 years since I came to Australia. And in that time frame, I have sent over $200,000, and I know what it feels like to be both a remittance user and a crypto investor. I created Pesabase for the simple reason that I want to improve my own life, my community's life, and I want to financially connect every African in any continent, anywhere in the world. And this will give me the power to actually build cheap financial services at scale for them. How do we do this? This is just a demo that we build. We sort of showcase to show some of the features that we built during Celo Camp. It's been an amazing journey, and you could see clearly what the benefits of blockchain are. So our app can do send, we can do deposits from M-Pesa, and as you go through it, it will actually show you some more features that will eventually come in handy as we build financially connect these Africans, whether it's in Africa itself or across the world in other continents. So the request function is simple. Send is straightforward, but behind the scenes there, when you think about it, there is an actual blockchain transaction for each of these activities. The good news is that we built something that is sexy, amazing, but at the same time, we need to touch it with the real world. And this week, we just signed an agreement with an Australian remitter that just did $300,000 last month. This is to allow us to onboard users and test our application and see, does it really meet the need? Is it easy to use? And so in that regard, we also are talking to PARSIQ to see how we can enable Africans to easily onboard and buy Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. We're talking to also Binance to see how we can allow ease of usage by these people. Thank you. Any questions?
All right, so thank you very much, Niall, for this lovely presentation, and great job throughout the camp. Really, it was a pleasure seeing your team works and your involvement in the community. Guys, I welcome everyone to bring your burning questions and participate in the question tab right below. So I see one question from a guy. Nice project, congrats. Do you see a lot of compensation? Okay, I'm not sure I understand what he means. Competition, sorry. Competition, my bad.
Yeah. Actually, I think there's going to be more. When you think about Africa, there's like 50-something countries at the moment, and each of them has a currency. The level of fragmentation is just too high. There has to be something that makes that seamless at some point. And I see blockchain being the beginning of such answers. So we're excited to be in the space. I've been in the space since 2013, and I've just loved every year that I've seen it grow. It took me by surprise in 2017 because I got busy with life, but I think there's going to be more competition, but it's also good for the services that we aim to provide.
All right, sounds very promising. And maybe I'll add one question of my own. Where do you see your company in 1 year for now in your vision?
I think for me, there's actually a low-hanging fruit in regards to my own community that don't have the services that other communities take for granted. So I see myself being able to connect them to East Africa and also to Australia and hopefully to America as well. And my aim is also to allow Kenyans and other East Africans to be able to easily onboard it to crypto using their local currencies as well and actually access that and be able to buy and invest and trade. So in 1 year's time, I potentially see remittance and payments being well solved for, as well as an onboarding of users into the crypto ecosystem itself, and hopefully amazing growth.
All right. Thank you so much, Niall, and all the best wishes and good luck.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, everyone.
All right, man. Bye-bye. So next up, I think we have the event. Rachel, you are muted.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Harold. Harold, you are muted, man.
Nice to see you guys.
Oh, nice to see you.
Welcome.
All the way from Belgium.
Exactly, yes. And sunny today, so perfect.
All right, so please share your screen.
Sure. Okay. Okay, can you see it?
Yes, but maybe maximize your window. Oh, yeah. We can see it perfectly. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So the stage is all yours.
Okay, let's go. So I'm Harold, CEO and co-founder at the event. And what is the event? The event is a cashless and ticketing ecosystem accessible for everyone, from small communities to big events. And our goal is to bring back financial control into the ecosystem from end users to the event organizers and all the providers around it. And like the monetary system of our economic world, the system is centralized and vulnerable to corruption. And this is exactly the matter with the event, but starting with a niche market. So festivals, which work a bit like a small economy in itself, with its consumers, its leaders, and even a central bank named the cashless provider, who is managing the tokens, emitting the tokens, etc., plus a plethora of suppliers from many sectors. So operating as a global and accessible marketplace, our vision of the economy is collaborative. So the event allows anyone to automatically split the revenue from tickets and services sales to co-organizers, charities, NGOs, etc., in the most secure and transparent way. And so our solution aims to be a borderless and a highly interoperable system for various sectors, such as tourism, esports, sports, and also the catering industry. And so we believe in organic growth, natural organic growth of our ecosystem, because each time a client or festivals or in events join our system, they will turn their entire audience into users, and therefore encourage other festivals to join the system naturally. And so by integrating Celo within our ecosystem, we will go international and boost the CUSD adoption through our niche markets, of course, and later for any kind of cashless payments. And so, as you can see in the demo, the event is designed for the everyday people. So we developed it in a way that makes it seamless to use. And so the user doesn't have to know that it is a blockchain behind it. You just have to find the use very easy, actually. And so we make it seamless also with the best and the latest payment technologies, such as NFC payment, intra-app payments, and QR codes as well. And so for the sellers, we propose a turnkey solution, allowing them to sell tickets online and set up point of sales for physical sales, for the cashless. And so this is, and we truly believe it, is the best way to integrate blockchain technology in everyday life and in the most frictionless way. So, so you can see here the Web Pro demo. And so now I'm open to any questions, and it will be a pleasure to answer you. Thank you. Okay.
All right, thank you very much, Harold. What a nice looking app you developed, really, really exciting. And let's see what we have from wow, great question from our good friend Tomer Weiss,
very good question.
my co-founder, who's also watching. So he asked how COVID-19 affected your go-to-market strategy. Any new strategic partners in the pipeline?
Yes, actually, very, very good question. And we answered this question since the beginning of the pandemic. And actually, we raised funds during the COVID period. So it's just incredible. And because of that, we had to pivot, let's say, to turn our solution into a more wider solution for example, the e-shops, for marketplaces. So we will create a widget that will be integrable inside e-shops, etc. So our solution can be used in many ways, and that's how we deal with the current situation. And by the way, we propose also refundable and exchangeable tickets. I already contacted some of our biggest customers, so big festivals, etc. They are interested to propose tickets sell to their audience, because we propose the tickets to be refunded and also to be exchanged between the users, you know. And so regarding the partnership, we have a lot of things actually. So we also have the catering industry, as I mentioned in the presentation. We have the campings in France, one of the biggest suppliers of equipment of the campings in France. They are ready to start with our solution, and so it's a very big market. So it's just awesome. So we are looking to forward for this partnership.
Thank you, Harold, and it is so exciting to hear that you managed to create partnership and raise during the camp. Awesome job,
camp, yeah.
And yeah, really exciting, and awesome job and awesome presentation. And thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you.
And next we have on screen will be Marco from impactMarket from Portugal.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Marco.
Hi, Marco.
Great to be here.
Great to see you.
Okay, so to share my screen.
Hi, Noam. I see Noam joined the chat. And Mike. Hello, Mike.
So,
Afonso Barbosa.
Sorry, guys. To share the screen, should I? I'm trying to figure out. It's here. Okay. Okay, got it. Sorry, guys. All right. Can you see? Yeah.
Perfectly.
All right. So here we go.
Here we go. The stage is yours.
One of the answers, it seems to me, is a guaranteed annual income, a guaranteed minimum income for all people and for all families of our country.
Hi, everyone. We are impactMarket, a decentralized basic income system. And we are currently going through one of the most challenging times of our history. There are almost 2 billion people unbanked, 30% of aid is lost to corruption, and we are facing a massive unemployment and wealth gap. And because of COVID-19, the United Nations University estimates that the number of people living in poverty can increase by 500 million. It would represent a reversal of a decade in the world's progress in reducing poverty. So our approach is to help end poverty by combining the UBI concept with blockchain technology. How? First, we make it open, free, accessible to everyone. Second, we stimulate philanthropy through full transparency. And just to put this in perspective, Americans give almost $500 billion every year. And to end extreme poverty worldwide will cost about $175 billion. This clearly shows a scary lack of efficiency. And that's where we come in, by enabling any community to set up its own UBI, where each member can claim a fixed amount on a regular basis. Everything is managed through smart contracts and can be implemented on a national, regional, local, or even personal level, for example, with your kids. Here's a quick demo. We have three main personas: the backer, the community manager, and the beneficiary. So here, you can explore communities with UBI, learn more about them, and donate directly to their contracts. Anyone can create a community and then manage it and have beneficiaries. When you're donating, you can choose to do it through directly through Celo Wallet, or just copy the address and send Celo dollar directly from your exchange. Each community is represented by a smart contract with its own UBI rules and parameters, as you can see here. But if you are added to a community, you become a beneficiary. As soon as you connect with Celo Wallet, the app adjusts, and you have immediate access to your UBI. As you can see here, you just need to allow the request, and that's it. In this case, you can claim $1 per day, but every time you claim, 1 hour is added to the time you will have to wait next time. So this is how the app will look like very soon, both for iPhone and Android. And as next steps, we will start initial pilots with Red Cross and Brazilian favelas, leverage our charities network, expand on special campaigns, explore tokenomics, and diversify financial services, like microcredit or earnings interest that people can donate or just keep them. So now, can you imagine a world without poverty? We can. And we are not alone. Thank you. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Marco. What an important cause, and great UX in your app. Really love it. So let's see our questions. How do you prevent Sybil attacks? From Ben, one of our great mentors from Polychain.
Yeah, so this is basically we are kind of so the first kind of the step is of course that the Celo wallet itself, but you can create kind of different beneficiaries. We are kind of relying on the community manager. So initially it will be like local charities that will kind of vet and select the beneficiaries. Then we can go to, for example, using algorithms like Hating Trust, or even provide face verification. So you make sure that each wallet is exactly one human being and is unique. And then we can kind of try to understand on top of that using, for example, the Hating Trust, that is the algorithm that that probably will be used also in the Celo network. But yeah, that's something that we are trying to still to prevent, not by blocking, but to incentivize or disincentivize that kind of behavior. Not sure if it answers.
I think so. I think you gave a pretty good answer, and I hope it answered Ben. And you can also continue the discussion in the chat afterwards. And wow, I see we have so many people that joined us. Really warms the heart. And you're welcome to ask our teams questions. Don't be shy. And thank you so much, Marco, also for your involvement in the community and the great job you did so far. So, whoa, go
Hey.
I love it.
I came well dressed to this event. You know?
Send me one. Send me one.
Of course. If we win, I will send you. Okay, thank you very much, guys, for all this experience.
Marco.
Thank you, Marco.
So next up, we have Jorge from Team Air Protocol from Mexico. He is signing on.
Great questions.
Hey guys.
Hey, Jorge.
Hello.
You dressed up. Very nice. Very nice.
Well, important event.
Indeed.
Well, first off, I wanted to thank everyone from Celo Labs and the Celo Camp team for the opportunity, and it's been a great experience. So let me share my screen to get started with the presentation. I'm sorry about this. The share menu.
Here we go.
The problem is that it's not sharing the correct screen. It kind of gave me different options from the Chrome version. Sorry about that. Kind of weird.
Sure, no problem.
Anyone ever had the problem where it stopped showing you the toggle to share the screen?
Not sure I encountered it.
Like I literally can't get the option to share my screen on my computer.
Maybe we'll try to re-promote George, and maybe it will solve the problem.
Yeah, sorry about that. So weird. Let me change. I'm gonna quickly change browser because this isn't working. Yeah, I accidentally opened with Safari instead of Chrome.
Oh,
apparently
yeah.
The options are different.
Yeah, because before you managed to share, but yeah, try with Chrome.
Yeah, I had no problem like immediately getting this to work, but it's sorry. Rachel, can you re-add me? Sorry about the delay.
Sure. Okay. Well, all you have to do is you don't have to share your screen option.
Yeah, Rachel, maybe try to remove Jorge and then re-add him, and maybe it will solve the problem.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
Let's give it another go. Oh.
Oh, no.
We lost him.
All right, we will try one more time.
Oh. Okay. So we see you, Jorge, and we see the share screen.
And not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try one more time. Okay, he is connecting.
Jorge, we are not letting you go.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. But now again, I'm unable to see my share screen.
All right.
Would you like to send the presentation to us, and then we'll move on to the next team, and then you'll do your demo afterwards, the last one. How does that sound? Okay.
All right. So
all right, let's do that. Yes.
Let's do that. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
But
no problem. No problem. Okay. So next up, we have Daniel from Team Kotani Pay from Kenya. I'm going to add him, and then we'll hear from Air Protocol afterwards. Right, Daniel from Kotani Pay.
All right.
Connecting. Hello.
Hi guys, nice to see you.
What's up, man?
Good.
Great to see you. And what's that T-shirt? Is that a Celo T-shirt? It's kind of similar.
Oh yeah, it's a Celo T-shirt. We held an event here some time back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to try and share your screen?
Yes, sure. Let me do that.
Let's see if the demo gods are with you.
I know. How's it now?
Right. Yes, we can see your screen perfectly. All right, so the stage is yours.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Daniel Kimoso from Kotani Pay. We enable people to transact on Celo using an SMS service. So we started in 2018 with a mission to accelerate the adoption of blockchain technology in Africa. So we hosted events, we held training sessions, we grew a community, and then it became very clear that people had a challenge getting blockchain accounts and managing them. So current blockchain technologies are built with a smartphone user in mind. And this locks out millions of people who don't have a mobile phone that can access the internet. So if you come to Africa, there are about 440 million people who do not have an internet-enabled device. And we started Kotani Pay with the vision of accelerating the connection of these individuals to the Celo blockchain. Kotani Pay is a middleware technology platform that enables users with feature phones and low-end smartphones to connect easily to the blockchain. And our mission is to enable blockchain mass adoption in Africa and in other similar markets. So our application leverages USSD to display a text-based menu. And USSD is a session-based messaging service that has been responsible for the mobile money revolution in Africa. So some of the uses include buying and selling of airtime, call minutes, and mobile banking. USSD presents some advantages that we are leveraging. These include the fact that there's no need to install any applications, there's no need for an internet connection, and there are no learning curves, really. Some of the features that we are going to demonstrate today include local currency. We use the Kenya shilling here to Celo account deposit. And then we are going to see a Celo to Celo token transfer on Kotani Pay. And then we're going to see a Celo account check balance transaction taking place. All right. So in our first example, we shall deposit funds to a Celo account using local currency. Right, there we go. Yeah, so in this demo, we're going to see how funds can be deposited using M-Pesa. So I'll just click this to start the play. The Crowdcast has different features for this. A minute. Okay. A minute as that loads. Okay. Yeah. Well, so basically what we have here is a *483*. This is what we call a USSD code. This code initiates an action that then generates a service menu item. From this section, users are able now to initiate a transaction with M-Pesa, which is the mobile money wallet here in Kenya. I was really hoping that we could get to see that from this one, but hopefully if we go to the next one, we'll see how that one works. Probably this is a Crowdcast acting up on people doing the last sessions of the presentation. Okay. So let's see if this one will work. Well, I was really hoping we could get to see all of this one, because what this demonstrates is that users can check their Celo account balances using this service. We are currently operating on a live service, so users can get an SMS with notification, an SMS notification that gives them the transaction URL. They can also view these transactions on the Block Explorer, and these all demonstrates that crypto assets can be easily accessed as buying airtime. So I don't know if you still have a minute in my presentation for this to work. There we go. So what you see on your screen is a USSD service menu. They typically look like this. So we have a couple of options. And in this particular one, we're going to check the account balance. So after the user selects the relevant options, they get to move on and initiate the transaction that then generates the account balance. They can view this in Kenya shillings. I'll skip over back to a previous one where users can be able to send money on Celo, so that you guys can be able to see how that looks and works. Okay, so this particular transaction is conducting a Celo to Celo currency transfer or token transfer on Celo. So the option that is being selected here is one, where we are selecting to send money. We then enter the amount we wish to send, but before that, we want to enter the recipient's phone number. And thereafter, the transaction is usually confirmed. There we go. That's the recipient's phone number. Once you confirm this, it's sent out. The transaction is conducted on the blockchain. You get a transaction receipt that you can then view on a Block Explorer on any browser. You also receive a text message that shows you how much you have deposited or how much you have transacted on Kotani Pay. These same amounts of money that you see on this SMS message are the same ones you'll see on a Block Explorer. So it's a direct link to your blockchain account. And in the previous one, where we deposit funds using the local mobile money wallet, we enter the USSD code, then followed by the relevant option. In this case, we are depositing funds. And what this transaction does is it initiates an SDK push action, or rather a callback action from the mobile money wallet. That then asks you how much you wish to deposit into your Celo account. From this point, you then confirm the transaction with your PIN number from your mobile money wallet. And then the transaction can be viewed on a Block Explorer of your choice. So here we see that the transaction went through successfully, and we now have 0.2 CUSD. Well, I hope this demonstration, we got to see that what we are building here is the ability to buy and access crypto assets that is as easy as buying airtime if you're living in Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Daniel. And I watched your demo through the rehearsals we did, and I can be a witness that it worked flawlessly. And also now, great job. You know how it is in live events, but wow, what an amazing job. And you know, when I first learned about USSD, I was really fascinated, and the work you are doing of connecting it to Celo, so interesting, and I encourage everyone to read about it. And let's take a question from the audience. Cash in and cash out is by M-Pesa. So this is a question.
Yes. So our current system right now works with M-Pesa. So the on-ramp and off-ramp is done by M-Pesa. So you get to use your M-Pesa wallet, deposit funds into Kotani Pay. Kotani Pay then deposits, or rather facilitates the transaction into your Celo blockchain account. So you get to have or to buy CUSD directly from your Kenya shillings on M-Pesa. And on the way back out, if you want to get back out into the local currency, into Kenya shillings, the transaction is just the same USSD service menu. You select the option that you wish to withdraw the funds, and the funds are sent to your M-Pesa account. Moving forward, we shall expand the options with which people can exit out of. But at present, we are working with M-Pesa. 20 million subscribers on that network, so we have quite a bit of work to go with them.
Great work, Daniel, and thank you so much for this presentation. Moving on to our next team, MugglePay.
Sean from MugglePay from China will be presenting next. They are signing on momentarily.
The Mugglers. Guys, I can see really interesting questions here, but unfortunately, we don't have the time to answer all the questions as we have 7 teams, but please do feel free to continue the discussion over the chat. You can find the questions in the Answered tab. We just clean the slate for each team, so you can, guys, ask new questions. Thank you, Daniel.
Hi.
Hi, Sean.
Hello, Sean.
Hey, how's it going?
Great.
Hi, I'm Sean. Let me share the screen first. Let me check how to share.
What time is it on your place, Sean?
It's midnight, 12 a.m.
Oh, now we can see the whole team.
Yeah.
Sky, what's up, Sky?
Cool. Hi, I'm Sean. I'm the CEO of MugglePay. I graduated from CS and worked three years on blockchain. Right now, I have Sky with me, and she used to work at Tron Network. And also John.
Hi.
John has been working on blockchain and consultant. We also have Vicky in Singapore right now. And our mission is to make crypto payment easy. There are millions of crypto users now, and Celo Dollars is bringing stable payments and remittances to the unbanked. But right now, not too many people, they are paying with cryptos. Any thoughts? If the merchant do not accept Celo Dollars, then the user cannot pay with their Celo app. Therefore, MugglePay is here to help. I will start with the demo. So This is the web page of Hey Tea demo. They don't actually sell coffee, but they have good bubble tea. They also have the jasmine tea and also my favorite fruit tea. I'm going to pay with Celo to get my favorite drink. They are integrated with our button so that I can simply click pay with Celo. Now it creates the invoice for me. It costs 2.45 Celo dollars, and I can either scan with my Celo app or use the web wallet to send this amount. I'm going to copy this address, the recipient, and I'm going to send with my web wallet. I have some balance here, so it's enough to purchase this drink. Then I click pay here. It will submit the transaction on blockchain. It usually takes just few seconds. To confirm. Okay, now I can see the invoice have been confirmed as success. And let's check the status on Celo blockchain. Here you can see that within 22 seconds ago, I sent this 2.45 on the Celo blockchain, Celo dollars to pay for my favorite drink. There are so many examples like this. With MugglePay, the merchants can start accepting Celo dollars within 3 minutes. During this Celo Camp, our merchants reached 2,460 and increased about 30%. We support e-commerce like Shopify and also the computer service like the web hosting services. Also to fight COVID-19, we are supporting catering service for free. We are located in Asia, and together with Celo, we are planning to help the Asian merchants to accept Celo and accept global payments easily in 2023. And in 2023, merchants, they can easily accept Celo dollars. We know the mission of the Celo is to make, to building the financial system for everyone. And we share the same mission as Celo. So therefore, we are building on top of Celo, and it has a great community. And we want to together easy and empower billions of unbanked by 2025. Yeah, thank you very much. This is MugglePay team.
Thank you so much, Sean, for this great demonstration and live demo. Great job, guys, and to the whole MugglePay team. Awesome job throughout the camp. Really exciting project. And thank you so much. And let's see if we have any questions. Can you give an example that already use your product? From
yes.
what industry and why it is important to your client to accept crypto?
Yes, so we have working on both e-commerce and also the web hosting service. So for example, currently we have some merchants, they are selling the web hosting and similar to the domain reselling and the web hosting. And they have the international customers so that they are accepting the cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin and also stable currency like the USD, Tether, and yeah.
All right, very promising. And so thank you so much, Sean, for this presentation and a really great demo. And hope to see you soon, guys.
Cool, thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Bye, guys. Next up, we have Tom from Team PARSIQ from Estonia. He'll be joining us momentarily.
What's up, Tom?
Hello.
Hey, everyone. It's great to be here. It's been a great experience participating in this camp.
Thank you so much and great to see you.
Thank you. So I will share my screen. 1 second.
But guys, by the way, you can always continue the discussion on the chat. And let's see. All right.
So.
And right after PARSIQ, we will come back to Air Protocol and give you guys the opportunity to present again. So the stage is all yours, Tom.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Tom, and I'm the co-founder of PARSIQ. PARSIQ allows everyone from individuals and merchants to DeFi projects to apply if this then that logic for blockchains, to connect blockchains to off-chain applications for any workflow automation. Now, this is the architecture that we are implementing for the Celo blockchain. As you can see, it is quite complex, complete with monitoring systems, activation engines, and even our own programming language. But I won't get into the technical details today. Celo's mission is one of financial inclusion, to give everyone with a smartphone access to financial tools to seamlessly transfer value on a global scale. Since the underlying assets are digital, PARSIQ will allow everyone to easily connect centralized components to Celo's decentralized system to solve a number of problems and bring additional value. When dealing with blockchain transactions, especially in real time and at scale, you can face a lot of complexities and manual work. PARSIQ can do it for you as we take all of that fine-grained data from the blockchain, we aggregate it, enrich it, transform it according to your conditional logic, and deliver it to where you need it for further actions. Using PARSIQ solution, anyone can easily create triggerable automations that will reduce cost, reduce complexity, and save time. Whether you are an individual or business transacting on Celo, you can automate accounting, automate compliance, security, even payments, or simply keep track of your portfolio and transactions. Focus on your business logic instead of blockchain complexities. We want to support Celo's mission by providing the necessary solutions for mass adoption. Let PARSIQ automate actions that will result in greater efficiency, better outcomes, and lower costs by providing everyone a seamless entry bridge between blockchains and the real world. And now for the demonstration, I will show our initial integration with the Celo blockchain. So here in our staging environment, I have created, I've scripted a trigger using our own programming language, PARSIQL. And in this trigger, I described what I want to monitor, how, and what I want to automate. And here, I have attached delivery channels, for example, Google Sheets or Telegram, any apps can be attached. And whenever a transaction happens, matching these conditions, you will immediately get the action triggered. Now, as an example, I can show how, okay, here the magic happened. Where we see in real time, my Telegram notified me about Celo Gold transactions. And here I wanted to show how, for example, it can be used in the future, how real-time blockchain data can flow into a Google Sheet with all of these in a readable, valuable form with all of these conditions that the user set, for example, risk categories, fiat equivalents, labels, and transfer types. And lastly, for those who don't want to code or even look at any code, we have created a UX UI layer so that anyone can easily, just with a few clicks, create their own automation. Thank you for your attention.
Wow. Tom, that was awesome to see it live like that. Great job. And, providing accessibility and infrastructure is very, very important to make sure that like our community can work much more easily and to onboard people to our community. So awesome job. And also on your participation in the camp, thank you so much. So now maybe we'll try to put Jorge back. I also downloaded their presentation, so if you want to be able to, I will try to share it from my screen.
We also have to, do we have any questions for Tom?
Yes, let's see the question section. So guys, please ask Tom a question. So you know what, maybe I'll ask a question. From your experience, like your customers, what are the main flow that they are trying to automate? What is usually the main thing that someone that is building, I don't know, a DEX or starting off his crypto business, what is usually the flows that they look to automate?
So the most obvious use cases, those that are currently popular among our users, are automation, are risk management automation. So you can process all of these deposits from users and know they came from legitimate sources, as well as just being aware in real time which transaction happened where, and also get all of this data put into a place where you need it. For example, your accounting systems or anywhere else. So accounting, financial reporting, audit, all of these things are also popular use cases. Some others include also trading. Some traders use us to watch large deposits on exchange addresses, also whale movements. And in the future, we are implementing a feature where you can also automate putting in a trading order. So whenever something happens on the blockchain, your order gets executed on the exchange.
Awesome. Very, very clear. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Tom. Okay. So now we will be adding Jorge back. Okay. Inviting back onto screen, Team Air Protocol.
Welcome back, Jorge. I think you are muted. Oh, now.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank God. I didn't want more problems. Thanks everyone for the patience. Well, my name is Jorge Ruiz. I am CEO and co-founder of Air Protocol, a chain-agnostic peer-to-peer value exchange protocol. The mission of Air Protocol is to leverage new technologies such as blockchains and cryptocurrencies to create a truly free and open financial system accessible to everyone. One of our core beliefs is free markets and that everyone should be able to buy, sell, or exchange their assets. And that's why we created the Air Protocol, a decentralized open source protocol that enables censorship-resistant, trust-minimized, on-chain against off-chain asset exchange. Right now, we see how many new technologies are not being adopted because of lack of access. At the same time, that leaves people with their current currency capital controls and restrictions, and they have to be subject to inexpensive or inefficient digital payment methods. At the same time, governments and other companies are deplatforming and banning people and entire industries. The few cryptocurrency exchanges that we see around the world sometimes are being censored or banned, leaving people stuck with those ineffective and inefficient financial services. However, we do see this trend where peer-to-peer platforms are growing, and they're actually helping people solve their problems in their countries. The Air protocol was created as a secure and unstoppable infrastructure for all applications. We try to bring liquidity aggregation and collaboration among platforms built on the Air protocol, and it's also using general market mechanics, enabling multiple different use cases. At the same time, it's blockchain agnostic, enabling multiple assets to be used, and we de-risk transactions through mediation mechanics and multi-sig escrows. But most importantly, it is accessible to all, easy to build with, and resistant to censorship. It's essentially a peer-to-peer network for peer-to-peer markets. But without further ado, let me introduce you to Celo. Celo is Air Protocol's first application. It also is the first application using Air Protocol Celo implementation. And we're trying to address two main use cases: wealth preservation by allowing people to have access and save in CUSD, as well as global remittance using Celo chain as a value transfer. But let me walk you through how a transaction looks in the Celo with Air Protocol. So let's say that Lucy wants to send money to Tom. Essentially, what will happen is Lucy will use the application to select her preferred payment method. That transaction will go into the Air Protocol network, where someone will be able to take its transaction and eventually choose based on the payment methods that what is more convenient. In this case, Rick takes her transaction. As soon as Rick takes a transaction, the money or his CUSD is escrowed on-chain. Now, Rick will fill the transaction with his personal information for the fulfillment of the off-chain transaction, which in this case was a bank transfer. Once that's confirmed, Lucy will receive Rick's transaction information. Now, Lucy can settle the transaction off-chain by sending him a bank transfer or a transfer through PayPal. And when that's confirmed, the escrow will be released, and Lucy now can send Tom his CUSD. Now Tom is the happy recipient of his remittance in a low-cost environment and in a way that it's unstoppable anywhere. Our team understands how to build and do peer-to-peer transactions and how to create on and off ramps globally. And through the Air protocol, we're creating decentralized infrastructure to bridge traditional systems into a new age of finance and blockchain. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jorge. Great work. Great job, man. Really, really like your team and what you are doing at Air Protocol. And let's take a question from the audience. What do you mean for general market merchants?
Mechanics.
Mechanics, sorry.
Well, that's actually a pretty good question. So when we talk about general market mechanics, although we're first focusing on and off ramps and remittances, it doesn't mean that you are only constrained to exchanging, let's say, CUSD for fiat. You can actually build decentralized e-commerce stores where you can exchange CUSD against the delivery of a sofa or against the delivery of a service. So you can actually extend the use cases.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you so much for this presentation. And I know it has been challenging for you, but you got around it and did an awesome job. Really, really nice demo. And I think everyone could see what you did in the camp and understand what you built at Air Protocol. So thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. And don't use Safari for streaming. It does not work.
Crowdcast and Safari are not good friends.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, just wanted to thank all of our wonderful teams for their presentations and hard work throughout the camp. You guys have done an incredible job. And I want to thank Rene and Nitya for your insightful talks and joining us today. And a very special thank you to all of our incredible mentors and the Celabs team for your time and contribution to the teams and to the camp. You've all been really amazing all throughout, and to our entire community for joining us today. Nothing can happen without you. So thank you all for joining. We do have a few general announcements. Voting begins now to determine the top 2 winners of Celo Camp. You can visit our website at app.upright.gg to vote for your favorite team. And voting will close on June 15th at 8 a.m. PST. And on June 24th, the top 2 winners and the 3 Tenet Award winners will be announced. Also on June 24th, Celobs is hosting a celebration of the launch of Celo Dollars, which marks the beginning of the circulation of Celo Dollars. I believe Alon just posted the link for that event. And the Celo Dollars is with digital money that enables individuals and communities to realize new possibilities of value. So this is a really exciting event. And stay tuned for more exciting news, our next batch of Celo Camp. And if you have a great idea, please register on our site. We'll inform you of more updates and details in our upcoming newsletters. And for more information, you can visit celocamp.com. And until next time, thank you all so much for joining us today. And we hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye, and congratulations to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.